All month long, the City of St. Catharines is celebrating Black History Month with an art display in City Hall. We welcome one of three artists, local artists, who are featured, the multi-disciplinary Moon. Your work is stunning. I checked out your website and some of the pieces. I know some of the pieces are on display at City Hall, but your canvas really is so broad.
I really get bored and just experiment. That's kind of how a lot of it happens, but thank you so much.
And I call you multidisciplinary because you also sing, you write music.
Yeah, I'm a musician first. Art is actually the latest addition. I only started painting during the lockdowns in 2020.
So I listened to Scorpio Moon this morning. And I just have a couple of questions.
Okay.
So there are some songs that are titled with an indigenous language, I believe. What language is that?
So the language is Wahiani, which is our Taino language in Jamaica. And Tainos are the indigenous people. And right now, most of our modern Tainos are mixed with Maroon because during the chaos that was that time period, after Columbus came and was attempting to wipe them out, the ones who survived escaped into the Maroon communities, and the Maroons gave them refuge. So many of our Tainos today are also part Maroon.
That influences your art as well, does it not?
Yes, because our history textbooks still say that the Tainos are extinct. And I think it's very important for us to know ourselves and know our history and know our culture. And so I tell these stories through my art because it's usually a more inviting way than just going and, trying to educate people without any segue, right? So when people are drawn to the art and then they ask questions and they want to know why, I can say, well, this is the story behind this piece. This is what inspired this piece.
How did it come about that you were chosen for this City Hall art display?
I don't know what the decision-making process was like, but I saw the ad on Instagram and I filled out the form, I sent in the email and submitted photos of my work. There were requirements in terms of the cultural relevance outside of being a part of the Black community. And I almost didn't apply because while I am mixed, I do not visibly have the Black experience walking in the world that some of my friends and relatives do have, right? But I applied anyway. I was encouraged to apply because of the stories I do tell through the work. And so I am grateful to have been given this opportunity. And if you have not checked out the exhibition, the other artists are incredibly talented. It's really a beautiful display.
Can you tell me about this piece? This is one of the pieces that is on display?
This one is not, because I sold out of the framed ones, and so we didn't have the time frame to go and get this framed. But this is one of my most popular pieces. I sell it on the canvas as well as t-shirts, and it is called Mukaro, which means owl, right? Now, the owls are known as travelers between realms. They're often messengers from the ancestors. They are guardians, they are protectors, so they're one of my favorite animals. And there are symbols in there as well. In the center, you'll see the Sankofa, which translates to go home and get it. It's from the Akan people of Côte d'Ivoire and Ghana. And it's about learning from your ancestors and carrying that wisdom with you into the present. So with the symbolism of owls, that felt very appropriate. And around the face are also the cowrie shells, which are tied to the womb and motherhood and protection and water energy. So
you paint on canvas, you paint on wood, you do the t-shirts, you do tattoo art as well, digital art?
I do hand-poke tattoos, the traditional tattoos. And yes, I do the digital art. So this one was drawn on the iPad, and then I print it on the canvas and the t-shirts.
Always working? I mean, even before we started our interview, we were sitting here singing.
I mean, it's fun. I love what I do. So I feel really privileged to be able to spend most of my life doing things that I love.
Well, it's great to see your art on display at City Hall. earthandmoon.net to find out more about you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.